Hello, dear ones. Today is November 12th, 2021, and the purpose of this video is to introduce myself and also explain the purpose of this channel, what you should expect if you connect with me and listen to my videos. So, my name is Maria, as like 70% of all women that was born in Brazil. As a Catholic country, being named as Maria is like a guaranteed blessing. So now I live in US since 12 years ago. I moved to US. So I like to explain my spiritual path until now, from Catholicism to awakening. I'm not awakening yet, but I'm really working on, and that will be a very interesting journey. So, as a child, growing in a Catholic faith, I always had a sense that Jesus was real. I never doubted that. But God, the allegory of old man sitting in the clouds, never really fit on my mind. And also I have questions that I never really ask like out loud, because the adults around me doesn't sound so like to know the answer for what is God? Who am I? What I came from? What I'm doing here? So 15 years ago, I was introduced to Spiritism in Brazil. It's the study of 5 books written by Allan Kardec about 160 years ago, and that the first book answered one of my questions, not completely, but it was very interesting, and I was really amazed when I saw what the first question is: what is God? And that's a good start. And that book was so fascinating that I read. It's very big book. It's over 500 pages, and I read in 3 days. That is good and fascinating that looked like to me. For 4 years, I was really hungry for all the knowledge they was offering. So I read a lot of books. I participate in many seminaries and workshops, and I watched so many videos, and I tell you that I did learn a lot. And some of my questions was answered, but there still was something missing. For example, the basic principles of the Kardecist, the Spiritism based on the Kardec books is explained really well, the wheel of karma. For example, you come to earth, you incarnate, you have a purpose, but you get lost, you get trapped in the wheel of karma. So after you die, you go to a temporary place that can be called Astral City, and some people will just stay around us until they reincarnate again, and other goes to a sort of hell that they conceive the way they conceive. But and then they are also rescued and come back again, the wheel of karma, reborn, and have another chance to get rid of their karma. But the book doesn't really explain well what happened when you are out of the wheel of karma, and where we came from the first time we came to earth. So I just realized, there is more things to know about that. And then when I moved to US, I started to learning many other things, and gradually looks like my guides was showing me the way to answer me to for me to find the answer for those questions. And then I got in contact with the Abraham Hicks studies. It's based on the law of attraction, and I was just fascinated about. I always been a very positive person, and that's how I think things always worked well for me and keep working well for me. And I was just fascinated about the study of the law of attraction by Esther Hicks. I really recommend. And but was still many questions. That's interesting that more you know that there is things that you don't know. So I was still searching for more answers. And then I got in contact with the material, the books of Tina Louise Spalding, and that was just fascinating. She has 7 books, and the first book really gave me a good insight on how I could find the answer of what is God, who I am, what I'm doing here, and where I came from. The book doesn't tell you the answer for you. It's explain you how can you find the answer yourself, because that's really a personal answer. For each one of us, the answer will be different. So you can nobody can tell you, nobody can find that answer to you. You need to find going within, going inside your own thoughts. That's where the answers lie. And also, I learned about Dolores Cannons' work. She was a hypnotherapist that she regretted to past lives over thousands of clients, and the first one was very interesting. She just wanted to lose weight. She wanted to know why she couldn't lose weight. And then they regret her to the first life, the second, sometimes they would regret her and she was in between lives, so she would explain where she was and what she was doing there. Usually she was learning something and get ready to the next experience. And then she got to the point that after the 5th life, and they tried to regret her to her 6th life, she just answered, I'm nowhere and I'm everywhere. I'm with God. So with this, Dolores realized that person, her soul matrix, was designed to Earth, and she was just in her 5th incarnation on Earth. Was a really young soul. And then she kept doing her studies, and she regret other clients that would go to past life in other planets. Some will go to ships, spaceships, and then her study is just fascinating. I really recommend. And then I learned through Tina Louise Spalding, you guys have to study the A Course in Miracles book. Why you do that? Why you have to do that? Because the Course in Miracles was designed to take you away from fear to love by practicing forgiveness and stop judging. And the way you stop forgiveness is first you have to forgive yourself, and then you apply to others. That's the principle that you cannot give what you don't have. And it's really fascinating. I'm in my 3rd year doing the lessons. There is 365 lessons, that you should do no more than one a day. You can repeat the lesson as many days as you want, but I really try to do one a day because I like to start on the first day of the year and finish in the last day of the year and start over again. And I was thinking, lately I have feeling the call to start sharing what I've learned. But I was always saying, no, I don't know there is so many things I still need to learn. I'm not ready yet. And I don't have time working 40 hours a week and with two kids. I don't have time for that. But when God put the call for you, I really felt the call to be working for love and for delight that is so much needed at this moment. God will show you the way. And then I started to be compelled to share those things that I'm learning with almost everybody I see. I would leave notes for the waitress on the restaurants we would go. On the stores, I would give it to the cashiers. I say, check it out, this book, check it out, Dolores Cannons, Abraham Hicks. And for people that was open to hear, I would give them some explanation of how their thoughts does matter and how by paying attention to what you think can really change your life, can really bring you peace and happiness. And lately I noticed that people are really, I'm ready. I think I already have something to share. I'm still learning, and if you go with me in this adventure, we're gonna learn together. But what I know, I think it's already can help some people. So that's why I decided to do. But I still had the other problem. I don't have time. Okay, so here comes C.1.9, and here comes the mandates. And of course, I didn't have that, and the company let me go. So that's God speaking to me and said, okay, now you have time. You are already convinced that people want to hear you. So I guess you're ready. So that's how I started. And I think that's it for today. And my first idea was to create just one channel that I would do videos in Portuguese and or English, and I would just translate, vice versa. But I decided to create two channels, one in Portuguese and another in English. This way I think it will be more efficient for the listeners. So if you like what I have to share, please share, subscribe, and like, and let's go on this adventure. Thank you very much, and much love and light to you.